You say you want it. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. Do you want it, or do you just like the idea of it? Because there's a massive difference. Everyone wants success when it sounds good, when it looks good, when it's clean and motivational and inspirational. But very few people want it when it feels like suffocating, when it feels like drowning, when it feels like you're gasping for air and nobody is coming to save you. That's what this title really means. You gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe. Not kind of want it. Not hope it works out. Not, I'll try again tomorrow. I'm talking about that raw, animal-level desire. The kind where quitting doesn't even feel like an option. The kind where your body is tired but your mind refuses to stop. Most of you aren't hungry. You're just curious. You scroll motivation like it's entertainment. You nod your head. You feel fired up for 10 minutes. Then what? You go right back to comfort, back to excuses, back to the same habits that are slowly killing your potential, and you wonder why nothing changes. Let me tell you the truth nobody wants to say out loud. If you wanted it bad enough, you'd already be moving. If you wanted it bad enough, you wouldn't need reminders. If you wanted it bad enough, you wouldn't be negotiating with weakness every single day. Hunger doesn't negotiate. Hunger doesn't procrastinate. Hunger doesn't wait for motivation. Think about breathing. You don't need discipline to breathe. You don't need motivation to breathe. When your body needs air, nothing else matters. Not comfort, not fear, not excuses. You move. Immediately. That's the level of urgency you're missing. Right now, your goals are optional. Your discipline is conditional. Your effort depends on how you feel. That's why you keep starting over. You say you want to win, but you still choose sleep over purpose. You say you want to be different, but you still blend in. You say you want greatness, but you still live like you have time. You don't. Every day you delay, someone hungrier is passing you. Every excuse you make, someone else is locking in. Every night you waste, someone else is building the life you said you wanted. And deep down, you feel it. That quiet frustration, that irritation when you see others succeed, that anger you don't know where to put. That's not jealousy. That's hunger with no direction. But instead of feeding it with action, you numb it with distractions, with comfort, with, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die. Let's get brutally honest. You don't need a better plan. You don't need more information. You don't need another motivational video. You need a higher tolerance for discomfort, because the gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with pain, repetition, boredom, loneliness. And if you're not willing to suffer through that, you don't want it bad enough. WWWW. That doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been trained to be comfortable. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort makes you soft. Comfort makes you slow. Comfort makes you lie to yourself. You call it balance. You call it rest. You call it mental health. Sometimes, it's just avoidance. The people who win don't feel special. They feel tired. They feel sore. They feel pressure. But they keep going anyway. Because hunger doesn't care about feelings. When you're truly hungry, excuses sound stupid. Comfort feels dangerous. And discipline feels like relief. You want confidence? Confidence comes from knowing you can suffer and still perform. From knowing you can be uncomfortable and still execute. From knowing you don't quit when it gets hard. That kind of confidence can't be faked. You either earned it or you didn't. Right now, you're breathing comfortably. That's why your effort is comfortable. But imagine this. Imagine holding your breath. Imagine your chest tightening, your lungs burning, your body screaming for air. In that moment, you don't care about your phone. You don't care about opinions. You don't care about comfort. You just want to breathe. That's the urgency you need to bring to your goals. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, because life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Every day you stay the same. you're choosing to stay average. Every day you choose comfort, you're voting against your future. Every day you avoid pain, you strengthen the part of you that wants to quit. And here's the hard truth. Nobody is going to feel sorry for you. Nobody cares how hard it is for you to stay disciplined. Nobody is impressed by how much potential you have. Nobody is coming to push you when you're tired. The world only respects one thing: results. And results come from people who are hungry enough to do what others won't. You don't need to be the most talented. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need perfect conditions. You need obsession, an unhealthy level of commitment, a refusal to live small, a mindset that says, I will suffer now so I don't regret later. That's how legacies are built. So ask yourself this honestly. When things get uncomfortable, do you lean in or do you look for a way out? When nobody's watching, do you still show up or do you disappear? When it gets hard, do you get hungry or do you get soft? Because your answers are shaping your future, whether you like it or not. You don't need to be perfect starting today, but you do need to be serious. Serious about your time. Serious about your habits. Serious about not wasting another year pretending you want something you're not willing to suffer for. If you're not hungry, admit it. But if you are, then stop playing with it. Feed it with action. Feed it with discipline. Feed it with consistency. Because once hunger turns into obsession, there's no stopping you. Want it like air. Or don't lie to yourself anymore. You're still here. That already tells me something. Most people click off the moment the truth starts burning. They don't want transformation, they want comfort disguised as motivation. But you stayed. So now we go further. Let's talk about the part nobody wants to face. You don't lack motivation. You lack standards. That's the real disease. You tolerate versions of yourself that should embarrass you. You accept days where you know you could have done more. You forgive weakness way too easily. And then you wonder why your life looks average. High performers aren't special. They're just less forgiving with their own bullshit. They don't let a bad mood cancel discipline. They don't let fatigue negotiate effort. They don't let fear make decisions. They feel all of it and move anyway. You say you want it as bad as you want to breathe, but look at how easily you give up your breath. You give it up to comfort, to distraction, to opinions that don't pay your bills or build your future. You're suffocating your potential slowly, politely, quietly, and that's the most dangerous way to die. Let me hit you with something sharp. If your life doesn't hurt a little right now, you're probably not growing. Growth hurts. Discipline hurts. Saying no to comfort hurts. But regret hurts more. And regret lasts longer. You know what's funny? People will spend years avoiding discomfort, only to spend the rest of their lives living with disappointment. They'll protect their comfort like it's sacred, then cry when their dreams pass them by. No one told you success was supposed to feel good while you're earning it. It's not supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel necessary. Right now, your problem isn't ability. It's urgency. You move like you have time. You think like you're guaranteed tomorrow. You plan like life isn't actively passing you every second. But let me tell you something brutal. Life doesn't care about your plans. Time doesn't slow down because you're figuring things out. Opportunities don't wait for confidence. They go to the hungry. And hunger isn't loud on social media. It's quiet behind closed doors. It's boring repetition. It's choosing the hard thing when nobody's clapping. That's why most people never make it. They want recognition before results. They want validation before sacrifice. They want the reward without the process. And life doesn't work like that. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your standards. If your standard is I'll try, you'll get almost. If your standard is only when I feel like it, you'll get inconsistency. If your standard is no matter what, everything changes. Read this carefully. You don't need more confidence to act. You need more action to build confidence. Confidence is a side effect. Discipline is the cause. You don't feel ready because you haven't earned it yet. And that's okay. Earn it. Let's talk about pain. Because pain is the gatekeeper. Everyone wants the life on the other side. The freedom, the respect, the dominance, the self-belief. But few are willing to pay the price to pass through. The price is boredom, loneliness, self-doubt, sacrifice. Pain isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's proof you're finally doing something real. Most people run from pain like it's the enemy. The truth? Pain is the teacher. Pain shows you what needs to be fixed. Pain exposes weakness. Pain forges discipline. If you keep avoiding it, you stay the same. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Nobody is coming to save you. No perfect moment. No perfect plan. No magical surge of motivation. It's just you, and the decision to either rise or not. You don't rise one day and suddenly become relentless. You earn it in silence. And if you keep earning it, one day, life won't have a choice but to respond. By now, something should feel uncomfortable. Not hype, not excitement. Pressure. That's good. That's the feeling of an old version of you realizing it's running out of time. Because here's the truth most people never reach. At some point, motivation stops mattering. Desire stops mattering. Even hunger stops mattering. What takes over is identity. You don't wake up every day wanting to work. You wake up because that's who you are. And until discipline becomes identity, you're always one bad day away from quitting. Let me say this clean. If you still rely on motivation, you're fragile. Motivation disappears the moment things get boring, painful, lonely, or unfair. Identity doesn't. When something is who you are, you don't negotiate with it. You don't ask how you feel. You don't wait to be inspired. You execute because deviation feels wrong. That's the level you need to reach, where skipping the work feels heavier than doing it, where excuses feel embarrassing, where comfort feels suspicious. Most people never reach this level because it requires one terrifying thing: letting the old you die. The old you likes comfort. The old you wants balance before results. The old you wants understanding instead of accountability. That version has to go. Not slowly, not gently, completely. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. You can't carry everyone with you. Some people will not understand the version of you that's coming. They'll say you changed. They'll say you're obsessed. They'll say you're too intense. They're right. Intensity is the price of greatness. You don't get exceptional results with moderate behavior. You don't build a dangerous mind by being agreeable. You don't dominate life by playing small to keep others comfortable. That's not arrogance. That's alignment. Whew. Let's talk about the moment where most people fold. The moment when results don't show up fast enough. When weeks of effort give nothing back. When progress feels invisible. When doubt starts whispering. That's the separating point. That's where hunger turns into destiny or dies. Here's what the elite understand. Results lag behind behavior. Always. If you quit because you don't see results yet, you're admitting you were never committed, just curious. Committed people don't need proof every week. They trust the process because they are the process. Let me hit you with something brutal. You are being watched. Not by haters, not by doubters, by your future self. Every time you skip the work, you're teaching that version of you what quitting feels like. Every time you push through, you're building proof that you're dependable under pressure. One day, life will demand everything you have. No warning, no preparation time. And in that moment, you will not rise to your dreams. You will fall to your training. If you've trained discipline, you'll stand. If you've trained excuses, you'll collapse. This is why urgency matters. Not panic, urgency. The understanding that time is not neutral. It's either working for you or against you. Every day you delay becoming who you know you could be. You increase the cost of becoming them later. You think starting late just means starting tired. No. It means starting with regret. It means carrying the weight of years you can't get back. That weight breaks people, unless they turn it into fuel. And don't misunderstand me. This path is lonely. You will outgrow rooms. You will outgrow conversations. You will outgrow people who only knew the comfortable version of you. That loneliness isn't punishment. It's preparation. Because leaders are forged alone. Dominant minds are built in silence. And when you finally arrive, you won't need applause. You'll have self-respect. Here's where it all comes together. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be relentless. Relentless when tired. Relentless when bored. Relentless when life punches you in the mouth. Consistency beats talent. Discipline beats motivation. Identity beats everything. Stop asking if you're capable. That question is weak. Ask this instead. Am I willing to suffer long enough to earn it? Because capability is meaningless without endurance. You want to know the real reason most people never become great? Let the identity harden. One day, you'll wake up and realize something terrifying. You're no longer chasing success. Success is trying to keep up with you. And when people ask how you did it, you won't have a cute answer. You'll just think back to these moments when quitting would have been easier and you stayed. This isn't motivation. This is a line in the sand. Either you live hungry or you suffocate under your own potential. No middle ground. Now breathe. Then get back to work. Because wanting it as bad as you want to breathe means you don't stop when it hurts. You stop when it's done.